Good evening, everybody. This Sunday session for February 27, 2022. I appreciate everybody for joining today. Um, Definitely excited about going into this week. See that the week closed up pretty green. Um, it looked like everything was reversing after January lows. And then we got a little bit of energy going into Friday, which is a good look going into Monday. Hopefully some of these things hold. But it's definitely a difficult time with the Russia invasion going on. So you really don't want to risk too much holding stuff over the weekend because you never know what's going to happen on Monday. Uh, but we do got a couple of things we can look at going into the week. We do got some notes in the watch list area. Hopefully, you guys go look at the gold trades. I think gold is going to be something huge during this time. We'll see how that go, but let's definitely talk about this week's list. Simple, nothing too heavy. I'm not trying to do a whole lot. I just want to make it real simple as possible, man. First thing we're gonna look at is SPY, just to make sure you guys took advantage of that SPY trade on Friday. Congratulations if you guys took advantage of it. We talked about SPY levels once it broke above the 231 last week on that Sunday session, and then this time, we waited, and then we got that nice break above 431.59. Sorry about that. And then we had a nice continuation up to 437. The 435 calls was between $70 and $50, and they cashed out around 300 at its peak. So it definitely did a nice little move on Friday. Next levels we got to get above, we got to hold above this 437 to have a continuation. But if it do come down and test that 431 support area again, look for that area to buy in on some short-term calls. Again, SPY is more like a same-day trade if you're into it, because you never know what it's going to do. But we definitely can take advantage of the price ranges that these SPY calls are coming down to. They're extremely cheap, and hopefully you guys are seeing this. And then, they're cashing out pretty well. So going into next on Monday calls, see a lot of open interest coming for the 440. But the big date is on the March 4th. That's another big date coming around. I see a lot of open interest coming towards the 440 again. So it looks like a lot of people think that SPY is going to make a move. You can come and look at the put side. A lot of activity on the put side also. So it can go either way. Let's see how Monday goes. But again, you just got to trust the process on these levels when you come down to SPY. Not trying to, break the bank with a lot of these trades. But if it gives me a great opportunity, I'm going to definitely take advantage of it. Once SPY got down about 410, it had a huge reversal back up to about 426. And once it got above this 441, you see what happened. So let's see what happened with SPY going into the week. We will keep you updated on SPY trades as they come, but definitely look like SPY is on an uptrend now. Trying to find 1 second. So we've seen that cybersecurity was definitely picking up this week. OKTA is what Ken wanted to put out some information on OKTA. Definitely a quality business. Look like their bottom. I haven't really charted them, in a long time. So, but definitely it came down to a bottom about 152. And you see it, on the monthly, that's the bottom. And then once you go down to the 1-day chart, see these bullish candles coming in, and then like it's pushing up to about 177. So let's see what's going on with them. If they have earnings this week or something, I don't know. But definitely going to look out for Ken charts when they come down to OKTA. I haven't really charted them as much as I used to. But we definitely going to add this to the list also. We're going to find some trades real quick. We're going to find some good supports real quick and see how we can pull this one off. So if OKTA break above 180, we definitely can see a run up to about 190. I mean, that's keeping it real tight. And these contracts are not cheap. Now that it's already making a move, but it's definitely looking like it can, break towards 200 again. Especially with the news with cybersecurity and all that stuff going on, we definitely can see a nice little move from out of them. As far as contracts, I'm not too, heavy on getting messed with them. I rather rest is CrowdStrike. That's one of my favorites. But if you do like an OKTA, yeah, their contract's extremely expensive. But I see some 200s on upward interest coming in for the 318. But we got to play that one by ear. I mean, it can go either way. Let's go look at crowd real quick.
I'm gonna get into my stuff there. I'll call you back. Bye.
Yeah, but yeah, let me let's go look. Let's go look at the CrowdStrike real quick, just real quick. Oh yeah, it's a huge bullish engulfing on the CrowdStrike. They may have a nice run. I gotta break these down a little bit further because I wasn't even expecting to look at these really. But I seen that OKTA was on the list that Ken gave me. But let's look real quick. $200 call for CrowdStrikes is coming in. If we continue to have more, let's put that on the list. CRWD, $200 call Monday, Tuesday for the weekly. And then on Wednesday, we can do a 318. Let me just make sure, because this might be something. I don't want to get
218, right?
Yeah. Well, Monday, Tuesday, the 3-4, and then after that, you can do 318 and see how it go. I just gotta see the movement again on Monday. This huge bullish engulfer on the
one. That's what I meant. It's the 218, right? Not 318.
Oh yeah. Three. We're going into March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the end of the month. We're going into March.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying that was the strike price. You meant it was 200 call Monday,
200.
Tuesday.
Yeah, 200. Yeah, for 3-4, 318.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
And we have to get above 185. See, I got CrowdStrike a little bit more charted than OKTA, and it's a little bit more of volume and open interest, and more people trading CrowdStrike a little bit more. But we got to get above 185.15, and then we may start seeing that push again. But that real breaking area is going to be 188 to go see 192, and then above 192, we should be clear for takeoff. Shouldn't be nothing too much holding it back, but I'm gonna keep an eye out on it because if it goes up to 185, same thing we went over, far as waiting for your entry. If it goes to 185 and no hold, come back down to 177, I'm definitely gonna grab it at 177, depending on what day it falls, and then be able to ride it up. But as long as it's getting traction from the Russia situation, this may have a nice explosion. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna put a star by that. That's gonna be crazy. And if you're new here, if you're not unfamiliar with what we're doing, let's go over the rules. Please come with a notepad. Majority of the times we're giving out, entry areas, resistance areas, and supports. So you can be able to set your alert. Most of these trades, or these probability trades, we're definitely looking to get 15 to 30%. But if you get more, that's bonus. If you're not used to options, ask questions. But we definitely, we're very patient on our entries and make sure we understand where the support area is when we're entering a trade. I don't really like buying trades in between the support and the resistance because it can go either way. But I definitely like to see it once it breaks above a good resistance where I can take it. So please, take your time. Don't feel like you have to rush. The same thing I said last week, the trades are going to come to you as long as you're taking your time. It's going to work. You just gotta, just wait your time. Know what I mean? Always try to get on first base before you get a home run, which means execute trades. Get familiar with executing trades. 15 to 30% on good trades would definitely be pretty good money. If you're buying multiple contracts, I told you guys about selling 75% of your position, leaving a couple runners. There's a lot of different ways you can trade throughout the week to create passive income, but we're definitely in a time where the uncertainty is very high. And historically, these are some of the lows of the year so far. So March is not the biggest bullish month. The mid-February time is not the biggest bullish month, but we may get a little bit of action for the first of the month time. Like usual, the first of the month, just like everybody else spend money throughout the first of the month. We definitely can pick up on it and see how it goes. So let's see how this week go. And we can go from there for sure. So other than crowd and OKTA, we do have to look at that sector because it is picking up a little bit of traction. I know a lot of people like net, so we can throw that up there too. Because Ken sent me five good trades. I know Cole's got earnings this week. He put Zoom on there. debt-free Target to see if it'll do like a Walmart move, and he put Costco's on there. So those are actually great companies. So we should have a little bit of movement coming from them. And it looked like those are earnings this week also. So we definitely can have a little bit of traction before earnings. So let's see what we got. Let's go down the list. Target. Target had a nice beat down. Target, let's go to the 1 month chart on Target just to see how it looks. Their all-time high was about $160 on the 1 month. And then it came down to the low is about 183, 184. And then you break that down to the 1 week, you'll see, you know, it's still a bearish hammer on here, but hopefully we get some traction up with their earnings coming up. For a couple, Costco's this week should give it a little bit of sympathy. Big Lots is this week. BJ's is this week. Yeah, Costco's is on Thursday. Give it a little bit of Target's on Tuesday. There you go. So we should get a little bit of sympathy, you know, pick up from a lot of different trades. We should get a little bit of action coming in for them, especially with this close on Friday. It was such a bullish close. We definitely got to start paying attention to these. But again, we really want to trade the day before the earnings. Depending on how Target move on Monday, it should give us an idea of how you want to trade it. Again, this is a tough time in the market. We really don't know which direction the market really want to go, but just be prepared for like an end of the day buy on Tuesday to do a morning swing because it is before market. I got my resistance at 207. So let's find some more in there just to make sure. And this is more likely going to be, you know, a tight trade. We're not trying to go too far out, go too crazy. I think I put out some stuff a long time ago that was a little bit further out than usual because I really wanted to see how it picked up when it was hit the bottom. And a lot of those trades ran up. So let's see what happened with this one. We're looking for a break above 200 to start hitting that target of 206. But that real breaking area is, of course, that 207 area for trades. And their earnings is coming up this week, so it should get a little volume coming in. We already suggest to do a straddle method where you can buy a put and a call. So here go the week of the March 4th. I see it's just 215s. A lot of volume came in on Friday on the 215s. A lot of volume on the 210s. I wouldn't recommend going further than that because my target is 207. And since it's the beginning of the week, even if you get the 215 during that time and it runs up to 210, that should cash out pretty well. But I wouldn't want to go further than 215. I know it seems expensive, but you know, you just got to keep it kind of tight. You know what I mean? It looks crazy. The open interest on the 220 is actually sitting pretty nicely, but I wouldn't want to go too crazy with Target because you don't never know. You know what I mean? It can run up to the 207 on Monday and then Tuesday morning it can drop flat again. So just be prepared. Let's see how Monday move before we jump into the Target trade. And that's more like a lotto trade because of earnings.
And Dave, it's tough too, man, because we've had 2 green days in a row. So that third sometimes is tough. Yeah,
for sure. Depending on RSI also, the 1 hour RSI is kind of high on Target because of that run on Friday. So yeah, we may have a little downside on Monday, which will be a better opportunity if it come down to 194. You know what I mean? If it hang out around 194, that might give us a better price for the 210 calls, especially if you're doing a lotto. But if you're gonna do the puts, you look for a 185, you know what I mean, or a 180. Because it's early in the week. Again, we may be able to pull off a good Monday to Tuesday swing where we're gonna have to buy, you know, contracts that's so close, you know, that's so close to the money because of that. But you really don't want to go so far out. You really want to be able to collect the check the next day. So keeping it tight. We're not doing nothing crazy. But if we break above 207, of course, these next levels should be kicking in 211, 217. And then that next blue line, the blue line is 220.39. So let's keep an eye out on Target for the Monday, Tuesday trade. Let's see how the market open up. Let's make sure that we have an idea of, you know, what you want to do. Another one you got on there is a regular one that Ken always play. It's Costco's. Definitely been a consistent trade up and down, giving out major opportunities. I really haven't charted them in a while, but I'll definitely put something together real quick for you guys. Start off with the 1 month, like usual. You know what I mean? Always go for the big time frame just to get an idea of, big areas to break. And then we'll go from there. And I'm gonna start it off at about 449 and then pull up, and then you'll be able to see that top. It's about 548. That's reasonable. That's not bad. That's reasonable. So let's see how it go. And mind you guys, if y'all have any questions, please, ask questions and feel free. I'm not going to be here long. I just want to make sure you guys understand that this week is packed with a lot of earnings. Hopefully we get a little bit of action. Hopefully the Russia situation ain't, throw us off that much. But here we go. Light support is about 469.90. Once it broke above 496, it had a nice push up towards that $521. And this is the 1 week chart. So this is the end of January when it did that move. That's the 24th on this candle, and this is the 31st on that candle. So it did a nice move off the 469.90 all the way up to about.
What you said, bank saver?
About 520. Let's go break it down to the 4 hour. So boom, here we go. The 4 hour again. We had our lows back in January, was the 469.
Spinning habits, I guess.
And the contract really didn't. You
Probably because it's the highest limit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hold up, bro. All right. So yeah, we had the January lows, 469. Then we had a nice move up to about 529. And then it came right back down. It didn't really reach them far lows. It hit about 480. So let's start off the next quadrant line at this 480. Pull it up real quick just to see, give us an idea what we need to get to these next levels. And Costco's been a consistent trade for Ken. It's definitely been a money maker. So please pay attention to this one. This can be huge with their earnings coming out this week. But you really want it at the best price because their contracts are very expensive. So again, if we break above this 517, which is looking like it's at right now at the resistance, we can see that 521, which is a big area to break. We see like a double top set up there back in the beginning of February before it ran up to 529. But let's pay attention to this 517 and 521. Recommendations of calls, wouldn't come in until we get above 521 because it's more of a guarantee. But again, if it drops down about 500, let's pay attention to that for it to hold. RSI is at 60 on the 4 hour. On a 1 day, it's around 50. So it's looking pretty good. You got some nice bullish candles coming in on here. This may be the 1 day. It may come on Monday and just give you a nice run up to 529. Please pay attention to this one. Because once it takes off, it kind of takes off. It really don't give you no type of warning. But let's go look at some trades. I see some trades coming in on the 4th, another weekly. Not super high volume open interest, but they're expensive. But 530 calls can work because our target, if you go look at the chart again, is around that high at hold on, let me see. Is around that high at 529. So this is that first target that you really want to get to. And then you'll be able to see a break above that to have some more momentum. But if you can afford a 530 call, once it breaks 521, it definitely can make a move. Or if it comes down and gives you that strong support hold, definitely look at that 530. Their earnings is coming up on Thursday, which will be, a good Wednesday to Thursday swing. Hopefully the price get a little bit cheaper. But if Monday and Tuesday you start seeing Costco's take off magically, please be aware the earnings may be priced in already, so you can grab a put at that high. And my recommendation for a put would probably be a $500 put. You feel what I'm saying? So it can go either way, but you definitely want to, be patient on this one because their earnings week coming, and it's definitely gonna have a nice run.
Yes, sir. The levels, the levels you called out were the levels I've been playing since as well. Like 4-6. Well, I don't have my computer here, but 468, 495, 501, 510, 517. 521. Those levels, I've memorized them like back of my hand, man. Like
For sure.
they play out big time. The other thing I was gonna say is we could do spread on this. I'll try and put some spread out for maybe by tonight or tomorrow morning. Some of the, like you said, the Costco, they're not cheap. You gotta catch it at the right time, otherwise you're paying too much. But I'll see if we can do some spreads on it. But yeah, I'm looking for that Christmas holiday money. Target, Costco, they gotta be selling something during that time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody buying turkey and everything else. So you never know. Let's see.
For sure. And CRM earnings I just seen is on Tuesday. SoFi is on Tuesday. This is a big week. Builders First. I don't know if anybody remember Builders First is coming up on Tuesday. There's a lot of stuff going on this week.
Zoom on Monday.
Zoom is on Monday after hours. Lucid is on Monday. Lucid is on Monday. Wow. That's gonna be crazy. I might have to get that Lucid call. We might have, I don't want to make it too big of a list. That's right. Why, so if you guys got questions, please, I'm gonna give y'all at least 15 minutes to ask questions, man. But please have the questions because I can't go over all of them. I only can pick out the ones that I like, and I didn't get to partial of the list that I got going on. So, please, guys, have questions on some of these because when it start rolling, and if you're not in it, I'm not trying to put out too much stuff, honestly, man. But yeah, Costco is looking really good, man. Definitely looking bullish, but we got to pay attention to Monday. Monday is going to set the tone for a lot of different things. I tell people all the time, when it's a big earnings week, usually Monday set the tone for the whole week, right? So if Zoom come out crazy and beat their earnings of, not Zoom, but Zoom. If Zoom come out earnings, beat it. Novavax come out earnings, beat it. Workday, BLNK, if those companies come out going crazy, we may have a great week coming ahead of us, right? And so you got to be prepared for that Monday, and it give us all an idea of what you want to do for the rest of the week. But by Wednesday, if majority of the stocks that has earnings on Thursday and Friday that's already been running, just start grabbing puts. I mean, I wouldn't recommend keep getting calls when some of these stocks are already running. So let's see what we got, man, for sure. What else you got on here? Kohl's, Zoom. Let's look at Zoom real quick. I like Zoom. A lot of people don't like Zoom, but I like Zoom. So Zoom broke all levels and broke all the way down. I mean, their all-time high was about, oh my gosh, almost $600, about $589 for a pandemic. And then after pandemic, you see it break all the way down. So we got to set up Zoom again. We got to make sure we got these levels correct for Zoom. Nothing too big, around at the most 183. I'm just going to take these 2 months and work with those. And then you'll see how, you can come out with some trades just off for 2 months. You don't really need a lot. You really just need the levels to be in there. And then we'll go from there, guys. I like Zoom though. I'm not gonna lie. So here we go. And Zoom does
funny.
make
They
money.
actually, sorry man, I didn't know debt. I think they're debt free, right? I think the last earnings or something like that, they mentioned they were debt free, blase. But anyway, carry on. Sorry.
No, you're sure. Yeah, they got little debt. They got little to no debt. So yeah, basically debt free. They only got like 100,000 in debt. So that's good for $1 billion company. But here we go. So we've seen everything come to the bottom again. These January bottoms was crazy. On the 24th, you see 114, and then it bounced right back above the 125. So now we got to find levels in between here where we can, figure out how we can be able to trade this. So here we go. And this is the same process you're going to go through if you're by yourself. So if you're taking notes, if you're seeing what we're doing here, because this is what traders do, right? We don't really have to do too much with other than, find out where are the levels and how we can figure out if we break above or break below. Resistance looked like it's 129, where it ran up to on the 25th early in the morning, then it came right back below that 125 area about around 121. It's giving you a higher low on the 30. So we definitely can look for another retest towards that 129. The reason that we make 129 the area of break-in because it tested it once. And we know if we get above 129, we can have a bigger run. So that's the conversation that we're trying to kind of having, you know what I mean? Especially when, you know, these companies are getting beat down, you know. But again, Zoom was a pandemic stock. It was category as a pandemic stock because of everybody working online, and not being in person and be able to do meetings and, you know, do their jobs and stuff. So I don't know if the earnings may come out amazing again, but you know, again, this was classified as a pandemic stock, so we don't know how it's going to react. Again, though, but you want to trade the earnings the day before, like this is an after hour. So the day of, if Zoom take off, grab puts, $100 puts, 105 puts, because it's after hours on Monday. It shouldn't be too expensive, but if Zoom just goes sideways, you know, it may not make a decision. Zoom, I think last time the earnings looked crazy, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, because they had no guidance. That's why Zoom kind of dropped off the map like that, because they really didn't know what they wanted to do and didn't know what the future held for them. But definitely, you know, we can start paying attention to these levels. 130, 129 is the target. It's holding right now at 120 above the 124. And it looked like we may have a retest towards that 129. So let's see what happened with Zoom for sure. Trades, again, the earnings is after market on Monday. And we're not, you know, again, you got to go, you know, for some of these earnings is, especially in the early in the week earnings, you can go really far out. And if Zoom make a huge move, you can make a lot of money off of it. We did this before. Because their contracts are kind of expensive right now. So let's see what happened the day of. I see a lot of 130 calls coming in. They cost like $940. And that's about it. I mean, 129, 130. So let's see what happened the day of. If we get some downside, maybe we get a discount on a couple of these Zoom calls. But back in the day, you can be able to pull off a, you know, 150 call, a 170 call, and Zoom can barely run up to 140 and you can cash out a little bit of money. So I don't know how the volatility is on Zoom right now. I'm gonna have to look on Monday, but if the volatility looks super high, you may be able to pull something off here. On the put side, it's not a lot of puts, man. I think a lot of people think Zoom gonna go crazy again. But if you do puts,
a gold medal ribbon malt.
the $100 put is definitely $100. It's $320, the $100 put for the same weekly. Pay attention to that one, because that one can increase throughout the week, and then we'll be able to figure out what we want to do. And I mean, I got a lot of calls for other stuff. This is just the ones I'm looking at for earnings. The one Ken sent the list out for earnings, but I also got, you know, CRM, Facebook, SPY, AMD, CLF. Those are going to be high watch for this week also. So bear with me, guys, while we get through this real quick. So that's Zoom. You know, again, Zoom a little iffy. You know, keep an eye out on it if you don't like it. But CRM, quality over quantity. This is definitely going to be one of them stocks that may have a surprise for you. You see, once it broke down to the low of $182. And it has been this price ever since last year, around the same time. Here go February of last year, February 10th. It hit the height of 189, and then it broke down for March, already down about 134. And now you're starting to see the price come back down to that same 180 and some change, and now it's bouncing back up to 208. It's a nice hammer coming in on the 1 week chart. And we can go down to the 1 day chart. We definitely got a full bullish engulfing. This one can be a huge trade coming into the week. There's a gap to be filled all the way between 134 and 147. Not saying that it's going to fill that gap, but it has the potential to have a nice run. Definitely look bullish overall. But we everybody's familiar with CRM. If you've been in here for a while, we made a lot of money off of CRM last year. It ran up to $300. It had a lot of news drop around August and September. I love this company. I think it's a great company overall. Their ask and bid is a little bit spread. That spread is a little bit high, but that's okay though. 240 calls, 227 calls is reasonable. 220 call, you know what I mean? I'm gonna check those out. I think they have their earnings on what day? Tuesday after hours. So I'm definitely gonna be paying attention to that Tuesday, that Monday movement. So y'all can write those down. Your levels is gonna be, you know, we break above that. The next level I got is 210. We can go see that 215. But it's gonna be tight in between this area. But I want to see what Monday brings. We may be able to get a little bit of traction out of them where we can make some money. The blue line is your ultimate goal. Of course, if we get above 233, we're gonna have a nice gap fill move all the way up to 247. So let's see what Monday brings. Monday gonna be a huge decision-making day, guys. Hopefully you guys got some money on hand because Monday is really gonna tell the tale of what the week looked like. So I'm definitely gonna be paying attention to it for sure. Anybody got questions on CRM? And we definitely got to get above this 210 to 215 area. That's a hard resistance. It was a great support once it had that little sideways movement here on the 27th of January. And then, you know, it becomes a great resistance. So we have to get above that again. A couple of little bonus ones. I mean, CLF. I used to love CLF, you know, trading them all the way up to about 124, 125. They have a nice movement all the time. This is a basic trade. 125 call or 130 call for this week if we get above this $21 area. No, 20. Sorry, that's the wrong trade. That's freaking AMD. Sorry, $23 call for 318 for CLF. I really want to get that break above $21.92 where we can have that nice little run up to 25. That's why I'm doing a 23 and buying a little bit of time on it. It is bullish. It came down to the lowest $16. Then it bounced right back up to this $21 area. And you know, this is back at this resistance again. So this is a tough area to break. But once we get above this, I believe it'll have a nice run up to $22.97 where that $23 call can be worth it. So y'all can put that in your back pockets. 318 CLF, $23 call. AMD. That's what I was just telling y'all about was AMD. We seen AMD run up to about $21. I didn't want to touch it Friday because this is resistance that everything's running up to. So we got to see what happens at this area. But it did have a nice little bounce once it hit 103. I've been telling people about AMD for years. That $100 break area was a hard one to break last year. Once they got above that area, had a nice run up to 155. We took advantage of that with the 130. I mean, I don't know. We played so many calls on AMD, man. It was ridiculous. But we do got a nice bullish engulfing on the 4-hour. Huge green candles coming in. We're looking for that break above 121.99. And then we'll be able to see that nice little movement towards 125, 124, 126, and 129. Those are my next levels above that. My ultimate target is 129.11. We have to get above 129.11. So that's why I was talking about the 130 calls and the 125s for the weekly. And that's more likely going to be a Monday and Tuesday. And then after that, we got to go a little bit longer. If the week continue to be green or depending on what happened on Monday, we can go a little bit longer and get some 130s and 140s for 318. So let's see what Monday brings. If we have that first run and it breaks out and hit 129, look for an entry around 126. And then we'll be able to pull off a 135. I mean, so forth and so on. Hopefully you guys understand why some of these areas has to break, and you got to be patient, because if you don't wait if you grab it at a bad area and then the next day it falls on you, you'll be looking crazy. Now, I mean, not knowing what to do. But if you have that patience, when it gets above that area and you're confident enough, you definitely can make money on the upside. So let's see what Monday brings. Look for the first hour and a half. It should show you a direction. Facebook. I have people ask me questions about Facebook for sure. Facebook's at a great price, not just for options, for long term. A lot of people don't believe that Facebook is going to be pushing like that, but Facebook not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere, guys. So 190 was the bottom. It bounced right back above the 205. I'm looking for a break above this 210 where we can get that 220 play. Once we get above that 224, we definitely can have a nice run back up on Facebook, but pay attention to this 110 up to 220. That's going to be your area of trade. If you're into it, you're going to pay a little bit more money for their 220 call for the weekly, but definitely the bottom was 190, and we're looking for a move towards that 220, guys. Everything is relied on patience. You know what I mean? We're not sitting up here trying to wake up on Monday and just run and jump into a trade. Set your alerts, be patient, and once these levels start breaking, you'd be confident to know that we're going to have a continuation. So Monday is going to be a huge decision-making day for a lot of these trades, guys. Anybody got questions?
Yeah, I got one for you, Dave.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, you mentioned Lucid earlier. What's your thoughts on Lucid?
Yeah, we love some Lucid, guys. This is definitely, one of those stocks that's going to be around for a while. A lot of people bought in at 19, and then, it ran up to about $60 and some change. I told y'all to sell 75% of your position because more than likely it's going to have some downside. Came down to about $22. Know what I mean? So now that we're above this 26, the next target is going to be $29. If we run up to 29, watch out for that 29. You feel what I'm saying? We break 29, especially with the earnings coming in this week. Our ultimate breaking area is $32. Know what I mean? So let's pay attention to this 29.30 area. Hopefully, they give us a chance to even put in a position with them on Monday because their earnings is after close. And with the hype that Lucid brings, more likely pre-market, this is probably going to gap up and do something stupid. So depending on, is aftermarket on Monday, you can get your call. You do a day trade. If the action comes in early, do the day trade for the $30 call, $35 call, whatever you want to do. And if we get some downside to the 25s and the 22, now we can get that $30 call at the end of the day for the weekly, or we can get like a $15 put. 1985 was the last time that we, the first time that we, not the first time, but like the more recent time that we got into Lucid once they announced that their cars was being delivered and all that stuff was happening last year. Definitely looking for a nice little move coming back up on this one. This is going to be a huge trade going into the week, guys. But your target has got to be $30. You got to get above 30. If it first thing in the morning, it gap up to 30, wait for it to fill that gap. The first hour of the day, look for a $26 entry or a $25 entry, and then go from there. If it don't gap up in the morning and it just goes sideways for the whole day, between 26 and 27, just get you a nice little call, $35, $40 call for the quick swing from Monday to Tuesday. Should be super cheap too. Shouldn't even be expensive. And I'm not gonna lie, I like Monday and Tuesday earnings. Anybody that know, if you can get you a nice contract Monday and Tuesday out the money and that percentage kick in, you can really make some money off of those. $30 calls ain't nothing but $82. $32 calls is $48. $31 calls $63. That's reasonable. Everything under $100. That's super reasonable. If you want to go further out, the $35 calls is nothing but 25 cents. You can load up on those. $40 calls is 12 cents. I really like Monday and Tuesday trades. I'm not gonna lie. Earnings on Monday and Tuesday gives out great opportunities. If you get a $40 call and Lucid goes to $32, $33, that $40 call gonna cash out nicely. Again, can we agree to that? Everybody agree? Okay, yeah. It's the weekend. Y'all should be talking. Y'all ain't at work today. God. I'm joking, man. But anybody else? This can be a big trade, though. Definitely can be a big trade. It's right at support, over resistance at 26.55. This can be a big trade. Anybody else?
Bro, who ain't at work? I'm at work.
Well, you ain't doing nothing at work, but you can talk, boy. Y'all ain't busy. It's Sunday. Nobody coming in there on Sunday, bro.
Hospital work 24/7, David.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad, AB. My bad, AB. I appreciate what you're doing out there, big dog. I'm sorry. I forgot you was on here. Everybody else, y'all
Trying
ain't
to
that
save
way.
lives and do numbers at the same time.
Yeah, true story. I appreciate it. I mean, hold on, somebody in the chat. I'm sorry. Oh, Brandon Warner. I'm with you on Lucid for sure. For sure. Lucid, I'm telling y'all, they delivered vehicles. We seen what happened when they announced that they were delivering vehicles and their pre-orders for literally the number one car that's out in EV. They had an announcement last year on their website that they have the number one car out right now. Man, Lucid can be huge, man. Lucid can literally be huge. And if you're not in the whole shares, you know, between $19 and $20 is a great buy. You feel me? I'm not gassing y'all up. I'm trying to put y'all on. Like, Lucid is going to be around for a while. Miss Woman of God came in and told us she went to the dealership. They said they give out great deals. You know what I mean? Even when you put down the money, okay, even when you put down money is not expensive. Like, you know, Tesla, they want to put down like $10,000 for you to start getting your car built. Lucid, they only asking for like $300-400 before they start going into production. So I'm telling y'all, bro, like Lucid is a sleeper. And it's big. It's a big car. CELH. Earnings on Tuesday. Let's go to the 1 week. Definitely looking bullish. On the 17th, it bounced off to 43, and it ran right up to about $64. Let's see how this looks. I haven't tracked this stock. Y'all see my old lines? Like, this was literally a penny stock. I'm not gonna gas you. That's crazy to me. Like, it was $20 back in last year. Oh, that was in November. I haven't traded this stock in forever, bro. That's crazy. But let's fix it up real quick. Let's make sure we know what we're doing. We see that bottom. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Let's go right there. Boom. I don't know what to expect from their earnings. I really haven't even looked at this company in forever. I'm not going to gas y'all. But it used to be a super cheap stock. Okay. This is the 1 week chart. Look like we got our target is 66.77. We got to get above that before we see that $74.41. Above $74, we may see some more highs coming in around 80, 82. But that bottom support is $43. Go down to the 4-hour chart. We see a double bottom setup right here at $51, where it gives you a nice little push up. This was the 22nd of February with the double bottom. The 20 again, the last week of January gave us a nice bottoms for a lot of stocks. It was at $40 in January. So it had a nice little run. It looked like it's going to try to target this 66. And then we should be able to have a more traction off of that. Let's go see something real quick. And Lucid earnings is on Tuesday. I don't like the action their bid, but let's see. They got monthly contracts. So they're going to be a little bit expensive, guys. $70 call about $410, $75 call about $285. I don't really know about too much about the company. I have to look at them a little bit more, but on those levels, that's all I can really put out there right now. As far as buying a call on it, you can probably do a spread. I think they do spreads on these more expensive ones. But yeah, it does look bullish off of that double bottom. If we break above 66.77, we definitely can see a nice move. And that 59 was a great support back in December. So it had a double bottom at that support in December, ran up to 74. Then it didn't break 74, kept bringing it all the way back down. So we may be trying to target that 74 again for a breakover where we can get that nice run back up to 100. But this stock was like $20. I remember trading this back in the day though. It was super cheap. Anybody else got questions?
Yeah, I got a question.
What's up, bro?
Can you look at BA? I just want to see what levels you have. I have
I love BA.
started already. So I've been paying off.
I love BA, man. And it's crazy that BA, look how many times BA came down to 185. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I mean, it's giving out all the entries. Like, you talking about a long-term stock that's getting beat down. Boeing is getting beat down, bro. My levels I got is the 188, between 185, 188, your buy-in area. And then it usually bounces up from there back up to 200. But the people 198. I mean, if you want to be, you know, on point with that. But again, we got to get above 280, 205. That should be your target now that it's sitting at the 201. Should get above that 205 where we can get a nice run back up to 211. But my ultimate break, whenever it runs, it always got to get above this 216 area. You feel me? 209 is a tight area too, but you know, between 205 and 211, it usually does that move. But that 216 is where it really gives you a nice little move. That 216 always give you 220. It always go to 220 and some change off of that 216. I mean, this is a crazy stuff. For this to be that 185 and 200 for almost a year now, 2 years. I mean, let me look at the month. Look at the month, man. Jeez. Yeah, this 2001, it finally broke above 185 in November 2020. And then it ran up to about $270. And then it broke all the way down from there. Let me clear this out just to show you guys. Yeah, this has definitely been a beat down for them. This has definitely been a beat down for them, guys. There you go. Yep. But the high is, for the recent high, when we was trading it, was last year around the same time. It ran up to about $270, $280. We took advantage of that trade. I think we did. I don't know. We did so many different trades off of Boeing. But then from there, it just broke all the way down. I mean, very unfortunate that this stock is getting beat like this, but it's going to come back. They always do.
That purple line there, what MA is that? The one it's been rejecting since.
Come on, this, right, the blue line?
No, the one above it.
This purple line?
Yeah.
That's the 8-day.
8-day moving average?
Yeah.
It seems like it's been rejecting that.
No. 8 days is the red one. Sorry about that. Purple. That's 26-day. 26-day moving average. Because I built it into my Bollinger Band.
Yeah, okay.
It was a 26-day.
Seems like it's been rejecting it since. Hopefully it gets over it.
Man, Boeing been fighting. It's a fighter. Boeing been a fighter. It's definitely a good trade when it get down to the 80s.
True.
I mean, it's giving you that $20 move back up easy. Here you go. I mean, here I set up the chart again. I redid it to make it clearer for you guys. But here go the 4 hour. Every time it comes down about 186, 187, man, it bounces right back up, bro. Look. I mean, it's been a consistent trader. And I mean,
I got like strong resistance around that 220, 222 area.
Yeah.
I've been shorting Boeing just off of the resistance levels, but it broke over that one time, probably ran to like 235 and came right back down. It's been in that range, like that 1.
Yeah, the one thing I like about Boeing is the volatility. Their volatility runs so high that you can literally get a 250, and if it go to 230, you cashing out. Like, you can do whatever you want with them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I see right here, ran over to 234.34. Right there. Top of the Bollinger Band here. But yeah, it's definitely, you know, I got 226 here. That resistance here at 226 multiple times. I got good supports. Once it gets above 207, 209, you feel me? It becomes a good support. I mean, it's a lot going on here, but that guaranteed buy area has to be 187. I mean, it hit off of 187 so many times. It's crazy. I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is from December. I mean, it gave you so many entries. And then over here, once it bounced off 197 last year, January, that's when they ran that big run up to 270. But you can also remember last year we was doing them trend lines. We seen multiple trend lines in here growing. It hasn't broken that trend line at all. Like, it's been fighting these trend lines up and down. Like, it's crazy. Boom, there you go. I mean, I've been fighting these areas, man, for a very long time. Every time I hit that trend line, I get rejected. Every time. I mean, rejection. This one really didn't touch, but rejection. Like, somebody don't want it to win. But that's good because, overall, once it's squeezed, y'all know, if it come back down to 186, you can trade that up to 200 every time. 200. And then once it breaks this 200 on this trend, man, it's going to fly. I did that before. Like, it's going to fly, man. Anybody else? Hold on.
I think couple of tickers in the
chat room, bros.
Yeah.
I see that they have earnings on the same day as CRM. That's the next day, I think. Tuesday. Yeah, bros got earnings on Tuesday.
Yeah.
You got Dutch Brothers on Tuesday.
Then I think Lawrence put out ALSN. Never heard of them before, but they pay dividends, which is actually not bad.
ALSN?
SN, yeah. The after bros.
Okay. First, look at the volume on this stuff. I don't really want to, you got to be careful with some of these volume. You got to look for high volume trades. I like high volume trades and high IVs. That's what really gets you a lot of money when you're doing the options. I don't know if everybody know that, but you can really get paid a lot once the IV start kicking in. But I see the $60 call ain't bad. $65 call ain't bad. Sitting at 47. Let's go look at it real quick on a 1 day. Go to the 1 week. So Bros is a newer IPO, came out last year around September. Had a nice little run all the way up to about $81. I think Lou and them traded that one before. So now we're down here with it. Here we go. One, two, three, four. All right, there we go. This is the 1 week chart, guys. Going to the 1 week to the 4 hour. We see that support area again, $41, good entry. $41, multiple bottoms there. The bottom low in January. Then it ran up to about $57. Now we're back at this 41. We're looking to break above 49. So have a continuation. Thank you, babe. Appreciate you. We're looking for that 49 to have a break where we can have a nice little run up to about 53. Because the earnings is this week, we definitely may see traction come into them early, but please pay attention to these levels. Newer IPO earnings are different. They have to come out positive. I don't know about continuations with them, but usually when the new IPOs, a lot of people have eyes on these newer IPOs. They don't do great in the beginning, but they definitely have potential. And they had an earnings beat third quarter. This was November. But yeah, man, we gotta pay attention to them. Newer IPO earnings is a little bit different to gauge, but it's something you can pick up on. Hold on, somebody said IPO. Oh, that's Lou again. Lou, go to work. I thought you was at work. Jeez. IPOF.
Thank you. What's up, bro?
So we had a long consolidation.
What's up?
We had a long downside on IPOF on the 28th again. Gave you that nice entry at $9. Then we had a big spike on Friday. We have to get above 1037, which we are. Next level is 1046. 1046 is that area. Once we get above 1046, now we're talking. You feel what I'm saying? Now we're gonna start making different moves. But they've been fighting this area for multiple times. But we definitely got to get above this 1046. If you guys did get contracts on them, you know, it's a new SPAC. The thing about SPACs is buy the news, sell the rumor, or whatever you want to call it. SPACs are different because they don't have product out. They have a lot of speculation behind them, but you can make money off of them. If enough people get hyped about it, if they do put out a little bit of information or a company that's interested into the SPAC, you may get a little bit of traction. Hopefully this pick up. That's how Lucid was. Before Lucid became Lucid, it was a SPAC. We traded it, made a lot of money off of it, and then I just kept an eye out on it. I'm just like, look, this is probably going to be something. Then it worked itself out. Same thing with this one. You know, whenever you run into these shell companies, we definitely got to buy the news, sell the rumor, or I don't know how to put it, but y'all understand what I'm saying. Once this make any type of move, this is not to be held longer than, you know, the same day. If you're in at the $10 area where Lou been putting out information around, once it breaks above 11, 12, if you see a big day, 12, 13, 14, $15, $20, it's time to move on. You feel me? Because this is coming right back down. And it happened with Lucid. Before Lucid was Lucid, it ran up to about 30, came back down about $14, $15. Then they announced that it became Lucid. And then that's when, you know, we start getting a little bit of clarity. So same type of deal, guys. Be careful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who else? Oh, you said ILSN?
No, I think it was ALSN.
And don't forget APTS got earnings this week. They paid 70 cents dividend, 70 cents a share, and they're cheap. All right. You said I?
Hey, David, it's ALSN.
ALSN. Okay, got it. For sure. Let's look at the 1 month. Definitely looking bullish on the 1 month. These levels that it came down to, $33, was the same levels that it came to last year before it had a nice little move up to $44. It's in a nice little zone here. It's keep coming down to about $30 and some change and give you a nice little move up. So let's see what we got. So boom. And it's strictly technical analysis, guys. I haven't even looked at this company ever. Boom. So we look like, oh, should delete it. So it looked like $33 was the bottom back in November and October, back in December, and they had it. That's a double bottom setup, double top setup, but it broke out here. So that means that new support area became $38. Even though it come back below 38, it's still 38, guys. And now we're targeting that $40.64 we have to break above. It had a double top once it got above that area. So that's why you see it come down a little bit, but it didn't break all the way down. So that's a good sign. Hopefully we can hold above this 38 and get above $40.64 where we can get to that $43.08. That should be the area of, yes, once we get it above 34, now we can start talking about the new highs. That's a hard resistance, used to be a hard support back in 2019. It was a resistance area back in last year, April and May and stuff. So we're definitely looking to get above 34. That should be your target. Once above 34, we should be looking for a new high start coming in after that. 45, 60, 76 should be your next area. And then, you know, from there, we should be going up higher. That 45 was resistance back in 2018 too. So that's crazy. But you notice once it got above 45, it gave it a huge run up to about 53, dropped back down to that 43, gave a nice run up to 50s again. I mean, this is a little crazy. It moves crazy. But it has potential. They beat their earnings 3 times out of 4. Earnings coming up April 26th. It should have traction all the way up to April. No real volume on options, so this should be a whole share buy. Well, it should be cool. They increased their dividends. Oh, that's good. So they pay 78 cents a share. That's not bad at all. And Devin announced a special dividend too, guys. I think it's about $4. I think that came out last week. I just wanted to throw that out there. I thought I seen an article on it, but either way, anybody else got anything? There's so many great companies, man. We can go through this, 1,000 times.
Futures, sorry, man. Futures just opened.
What it look like?
SPY is 429 right now. Came back down.
Support
they dropped, but they'll pick up though. But it dropped big time.
That's a gap down.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just look for your entry at the same areas. Look at your entries. Man, that's a huge gap down. It's at 429. If it hit 427, that's your area to watch. Where are you looking at that at?
On TD Ameritrade, but I think you could look at CNBC, or is it CNBC? Yeah, CNBC.
Yeah. I usually look at it on CNN.
Yeah, you'll see the future. It just opens. It opens. Yeah.
This is where I'll be going. It's green on CNN.
Nah, they haven't updated it. They open 6 p.m.
Oh, it's not. Oh, yeah, it's not open here. You're right.
Yeah.
Man, it's just like that.
Yeah, if you look at CNBC, they normally have it. But...
Yeah, it's not open yet. You're right.
Also saw incredible video from the outskirts of Kyiv.
Yeah, CNN is not open, but CNBC.
Russian armored personnel carriers.
That's crazy.
On Monday.
I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a crazy market, man. Do y'all want to talk about the gold stocks that I put out? We talk about the wheat stuff. Those good ideas to get into. The prices of those going to be
which includes nuclear weapons.
Especially the article that Ken posted, if it come out to be true, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, gold is gonna fly. So hopefully, you guys paying attention to that stuff. You know what I mean? Because it matters. Gold usually have a nice run around this time of year anyway.
Nearly 6,000 people protesting the invasion.
Is that someone's TV on like that?
Yeah, I think somebody's looking at TV.
Oh, okay.
I haven't looked at the war stuff on TV that much, like.
It's depressing.
It's very sad, very sad. But look at a couple articles, keeping it real simple, man. Anybody else got any questions, comments, or concerns? I see there's a lot of people in here. I'm past my 1 hour mark. If y'all don't have nothing else, man, please go look at the watch list. Gold look like it held at 175 on a 4-hour chart. Look like it's kind of bouncing right back up. This GLD, this is the gold ETF. If that article that Ken posted is actually, come out to be real, this can be huge. You feel what I'm saying? This gold can really spike back up to the 180s. And usually gold runs when the market is red. So if that SPY news that Ken just told us SPY is down, these are the ones we got to get into, UVXY. I told you guys on Friday, if you see UVXY come down to 16, usually that's a good buy area for a good swing. You see it's at $16.52, after hours. It went up a little bit, but it's definitely, let's look at that real quick. You see, notice that $16 here, $16 here. You know what I mean? That's a good support area where we can get a nice little move upwards. So please pay attention to that also. I know it seems like it's a lot, but we have to trade what we got. I mean, it's a tough time in the market. You really want to have some good day trades where you can really profit off them day trades. If you're swinging something, please buy the swings at the bottom. Yeah, this little chart that Ken just posted, man, that's crazy. That's a huge gap down. But if you watch that 427, watch that 427. But still, if you're holding contracts from over the weekend, I told you I gave up my little caution tale on Friday. It's tough because you never know what's going to happen with this war stuff. You feel what I'm saying? This man announced that he's talking to his nuclear team, telling them to have them on standby. That's crazy talk. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people understand, like, this is really getting serious out here. So don't leave your money in the market over the weekend if you can't afford to lose it. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, let's stay focused, stay locked in. Anybody got any questions, comments, or concern? I appreciate everybody for joining for sure. Yeah, a little bit of Bitcoin. I know we haven't talked about Bitcoin much, but the levels don't change on Bitcoin either. $34 entry. That's it. If it breaks below 34, you can get 33. The real entry is $30,000. If Bitcoin comes to 30,000, that should be your whole share. You better load up. But either way it go, it's been bouncing off of this $34 area multiple times, giving you a nice run up to about 44. This one came after 34, gave up to about 39. Didn't really break above that 40. Now we look like we're coming back down. So all the charts work the same. Nothing changes. You know what I mean? Trust what you see. All right. God bless everybody. I appreciate y'all for joining for sure.
Yes, sir. Thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's a lot of information. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, it's a lot of calls. It's a lot of earnings this week. It's a lot of opportunity to make money. If you want to do puts on earnings, do the puts, but be confident when you do it. If Monday come out to be super green, man, look at that RSI. Go look at your put calls at the end of the day. I mean, to start buying them puts, man, and see how they looking, man. There's definitely some money out here to be made. You know what I mean? So, y'all holla at me. Yeah.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No problem.
Bye, everyone.
All right, y'all.